All right, everybody, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. I'm going to be your host, littlerugaard, and joining me today is none other than Chef themselves. Chef, how are you doing? Are you ready for the game today?
I'm ready for the game today. How are you doing today, Rugard?
I got some dinner, I got some hydration, I got some more caffeine, I am built back up. We've had 3 matches so far. We got 1 more for you all tonight, and it's going to be a doozy. We have sample text going against How Did We Get Here, and we're going to be starting off on the Wretched Shop again. A lot of Wretched Shop matches today. I'm getting a little bit more of a feel from the map. It's not one of my favorites to go on, but it'll be fun nonetheless. And we're going to be starting off with an Oni here, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of palettes. There's a lot of palettes going on here. How do you feel about Oni?
Oni on this map is kind of a little bit of a yikers, but still it's Wretched Shop. Not really the best auto haven out of the 5 in my opinion.
I completely agree. I'm not a fan of Wretched Shop at all. But yeah, like the palette structure around that map doesn't seem to lend itself to like getting those early hits. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that. But it is gonna be Psycho Man is killing for us on How Did We Get Here. I predict Brutal Strength. I predict Bamboozle, and we'll just have to maybe, I don't know. I can't really say. Again, I think once Oni has his power, do you think the map's okay if like as far as like, you know, demon dashing? Do you think it's good for demon dashing?
Yeah, just to get around the map, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I see demon dashing with. And also I think could be a little chuck out there. I feel like Poetry Food would be a good option on Oni as well. To try to get the first hit faster.
Yeah. I saw that the other day. I wasn't. I gotta say, I would never have seen play with your food used before, especially like anywhere, but like on an Oni was interesting, and it ended up working out. I've never seen that really attempted for it. Is that what play with food is for? Just to get that first 1 or 2 hits, and that's it?
Some people don't also know, but it also helps with Oni's Demon Dash to help to get on the ground the map even more faster than usual. It's kind of crazy. But in my opinion, I would just run Brutal and Corrupt and this the other perks, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm of the same opinion. I'm a fan of Brutal Strength personally. Just, I believe if I remember correctly, it says it gets you an extra 2 meters in chase every time you use it. If they just immediately run from the pallet when you start breaking it, and depending on the zone that you put the survivor in, that could actually get you your hit. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, we saw Play With Your Food actually be used to a great extent last time. It's not my personal flavor, but, you know, I'm not the killer this time. It's Psycho Man, and we'll have to see how they play it. But that said, we haven't seen an Oni. We've seen a lot of S tiers. And what's crazy is for this matchup today, we don't have a single S tier on the docket, which is absolutely mind-blowing. We have, you know, Oni, Executioner, Plague, Legion, no S tiers. So even like bombarded by those, we get to kind of relax here.
Yeah, I, I don't know. Out of all of them, I think between the two, I think Plague is the more S tier than Oni. Just keeping everyone injured and just can control the game if played right. Same with Oni, but Oni just requires that first hit. And I'm pretty sure the Survivor team here is very good at keeping Oni from getting his power. That's pretty much it.
No, I would agree. And again, I'm saying that I don't think any of the killers in this roster are S tiers that we're seeing here. But yeah, Plague is definitely the strongest out of them. Plague is, I thought she was really great before the buff, and then after they buffed her, the quality of life went through the roof. It was so good. I love seeing Plague anytime. Like, I'm surprised they're not actually played more often. I think we've only seen 2 Plagues in COTF so far, so I'm kind of shocked that we haven't seen more of them, considering how powerful they are.
Plague is just that wild card pick, just so the team just can't expect them all. Because, I mean, surprisingly, some people to this day still don't know how to play against a Plague yet.
Yeah. And it's obviously something that you can't learn as an individual to play against. You have to learn as a team what your strategy is going to be in taking a play. Like, when do you cleanse? When do you not cleanse? Do you go for an all-out cleanse build? Do you just reserve yourselves? I can't really say for sure what their what would you say the go-to strat is, but dodging the puke is an individual skill you can learn, and it is so hard to dodge her puke because it gets to the weirdest areas that you wouldn't expect.
I've seen a lot of some teammates of mine who was a Plague main. They really know how to use Plague screw up just in a million ways. No way I could ever do. Just is. And also her add-ons too. Her add-on changes make her way better than what she used to be.
Oh yeah, that was probably the biggest quality of life. Like, they gave her general stuff, but the overhaul to her add-ons were so good, and they feel so nice now. I think it's the prayer tablet, I think it's called, like the instant drink up, the faster walk, like it's so good. It makes her feel like a true range kill. And then you got the vomit speed, which is really insane. Like,
that's my favorite one.
All of her add-ons became more interesting and usable, and they weren't like, oh, you have to use this because this is the go-to. They're all interesting and usable, and they're all for playstyle, and I really like that.
I think she's just one of those killers now that you can just run any add-on, and you still do perfectly fine if you know the base kit very well.
I would have to agree completely. And with that said, we will be moving into this first trial here on Retro Shop. How do we get here is going to be playing Oni for us. And I know we're already like jumping straight into the play game in our minds, but like, I'm really curious how they play this Oni, because we were talking about play with your food, brutal strength. What do they go for? Or do they go for the spicy play and ignore it in time and says, you know what, I'll get my hits when I need to. They'll come to me. I'll get my power. And then it'll be fine from here. And they just go for all the pressure and the gens instead of getting that first hit. So
I really don't know. Oni is just that killer that you could go, oh, I can get my first hit here. Or I could, I'll see you with 5 gens and I'll finally get my first hit. It's a little, Oni is almost like an RNG killer to me. This is when you could get your first hit.
That's a really good way to compare it, because they are a straight up 115 killer until you get that first hit. And depending on your spawn zones, could be a little bit. Though, to be fair, in their defense, they do have the Shroud. They all start together. So if you know where they start, chances are, if they're not scattered enough, they run into each other. You might be able to get a hit. Or maybe even 2. Who knows? But
you never know.
We will.
And Psycho's a twins main, if I remember right.
Oh, are they? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so I'm curious about how they play Oni. I've also seen their Spirit, and they did really well also.
Yeah, they're no stranger to playing the killer, so we'll just have to see how they handle this one. And we have, in fact, loaded in. Let's see what Psychomantis has for us. They have loaded on the correct map. Let's go. A little bit of nodders to the crowd. Let's go.
Nodders. We see the standard corrupt. And now we have to play the fun game of where everyone is.
Oh, but that Adam just popped their head out, and they are off to the races. However, Adam does have quite a bit of distance here, so I don't think he's going to get a free hit here. He is going to get into this tile with the pallet, and I imagine, yeah, just a pre-drop, not even caring. Though,
Is this the brutal strength set?
That doesn't
No
look like a brutal strength.
brutal.
I don't think that's timing. So no brutal strength. We have play with your food. He isn't the obsession, so we won't notice yet. All right, and they're going to shack it. And he's gonna power drop it? Yeah, he just spray drops it.
I mean, also, one thing I've also noticed is he's not running Akito's Crutch or with Lion's Fang or running it with Splintered Hole, which I agree is one of his best combinations of Akito's Crutch and Splintered Hole. Something I'm a very fan of with Oni.
I agree, and I think Splintered Hull is just something you have to run these days. I agree, Akito's Crutch is my go-to, but Lion Fang isn't the worst. Maybe they just really want to hold on to that that Demon Dash when they get it going, and we are chewing through a lot of pallets here. I imagine, oh my goodness, yeah, we have to go check this gen.
No.
Sprint Burst from the Kate.
Am I gonna hit here?
Yeah, he does get a hit here. There wasn't a lie. And Don't Bully Me is gonna get bullied for that first hit, and over halfway charged now. However, that gen is not regressing, so it does not seem like we have a Ruin in play.
No ruin. Also, that chase with the Atom was very long as well, so I could see a gen popping very soon.
I would tend to agree. The Atom and the Jane are over here at the same time. Yep, nobody went upstairs there, so a little bit of a mind game, and he lost his 2 survivors. However, Kate is working on this gen. Oh, is there any blood here? There is some blood. Oh, now we see it. That was weird. We didn't see the blood until it just showed up now.
It's kind of weird.
A little bit of a spectator bug there.
Also, we're seeing the curse of Rented Shop. One gen. Was that dead on?
Yes, that would be a deadlock. Yeah, that did get the shop gen did get corrupted just then. So good call there. I didn't even catch that. I thought corrupt was still up.
I didn't see it either. I was just, I was about to start talking, and I was about to start talking. I just see man get covered up by the infantry. So that's the deadlock and corrupt by the Oni.
For sure, and this will be Oni's first hook here. 1 gen for 1 hook. A little bit tit for tat at the moment. And that gen just exploded, so I think that is a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. And he's stepping together. Hold on, does he all right, yeah, we know all the perks now. That was a Pop Goes the Weasel. So we have Scourge Hook and Pop and Deadlock. A little bit weird. I always found the Deadlock combo a bit, I guess, awkward. But we'll have to see. We have seen it used to great effect occasionally, and Don't Bill Me is going to get a heal up, and they're just going to kind of sit down on proxy here. Is this the move?
Yeah, I feel like this is the move. Especially if look at this power gauge. The Pumpers can come safe like that, for example. We can just get the hit on the knee, and we got power back again.
True. However, there is a safe pallet here, so I can't know if I can't tell if they're toying with the Atom or chasing it. Like,
I don't know if that power drop was the play either. I thought he was gonna go for this. I don't want to Atom. Yeah.
Shack Pallet is gone, but he's not gonna get the Pocos through the window.
No Pocos.
But there might be enough blood that he can get his power back here if he really felt like it.
I don't think he grabbed all the blood from the window. Look, he just grabbed this.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. He gets power here. He sees Kate on the gen inside the main building. He's probably gonna go for her. Her as well.
Looks like she is. Yeah. Oh, is he going? Oh, there's no window here. Oh no, he got faked into thinking the window is there. Oh, that's awful. Wait, where's their scratch marks? Where'd they go? Did they sneak back inside?
Did he go back in? Wait,
that's Adam.
Wait, that's Adam. Wait, where did Kate go? Wait, where did the Kate go?
I don't know. Oh, and Adam is doing the wiggle wobblies and is going to dodge that first hit. Yeah, but I think you take the M1.
And we'll see the little Oni bonk slap. Put it down. That's what's called the Oni bonk slam.
The Oni bonk slam. All right, we'll see if this hook is also scourged. It looks like it's not because he's skipping it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, if somebody's on that gen, do they come and take the hit to deny the scourge?
I wouldn't want to try.
Okay.
There's too many negatives. Like, you want to take the hit, but it's an Oni. You're just going to give him more pressure for the power.
True. It's a very good point. And he's going to get...
Everybody suit up as well, too, which is very good.
And, yeah, he gets a Scourge Hook and his Pop going here. This is, he's gotten pretty good use from these 2 generation perks so far, and I think he might be going just to turn off the Atom here. Unless he doubles back. Yeah, he's going to go for the Atom here.
He didn't see the K behind him either. I think he just want to focus on the tunnel.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's the play. I don't really know if that's the play. He just want to get someone out the game quickly, but he just wants for a free hit on that K that's out in the open. I think he knows how.
Yeah, I would have to agree, but I think I don't know. I think the tunnel on the Atom might be the play because yeah, this one got deadlocked. So Kate's not really doing much of anything right now. So you could have gone after the Atom and just let the game stall out with your own deadlock, but as it stands, I think Adam might get a free reset here. Let's see how he uses his power. Or he might not use his power at all. Who knows?
I'm probably you should really see somebody like that. For example, if you know someone's around, then pop power because people can just camp out the power like it's nothing. Which is surprising to me is only his base power, but it's 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even feel like that. It's better. And also, you get hits like that.
Oh yeah.
You take the chunk out.
Yeah, I think
power is weird all together.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was actually 40 seconds. It definitely feels like it's a bit longer than that. Oh, and that gen does finally pop though. This is a bit rough. They don't take the hit after all.
I don't know if I would take that hit. Is this the if it was like your regular M1 killer, then yeah, but it's not against only.
Right.
Or even Pyramid also.
I don't think there's a 3 gen, is there?
It is. No, there's not 3 gen. That gen was part of it, but they just broke it. I don't know.
Oh, there's still a bit of a 3 gen. Never mind.
Only keep turn around so I can see the 3 gen.
Yeah, I think they do have a 3 gen here. It's a small one.
Oh, they do. It's not the best.
Yeah. It's a somewhat loose 3 gen. However, if you control your power properly, oh, and there is Adam. I think I take the hit and go after the Adam here. Might be what they do. He is in him away from the 3 gen though. Trying a cheeky corner tech.
Nice try. And this water camouflage perfectly too. I feel like just get someone of what Adam's on. I don't even know where Adam went. I wasn't focusing.
I think they moved Adam out of the way because they knew that they were a potential liability there. And I think if you get Kate down here, you have to slug.
But the problem with slugging too is that, remember, that takes a big chunk out of your power. What do you do then? He's halfway gone. That's
there's no Adam.
25 seconds. But you can get some more down tier.
So close, so close. Yeah, he's really trying to spread the pressure out, but these survivors have been very resilient. Oh, I think that was a little bit lag. I think he lagged the hit. What?
I think you gotta pick up. Sooner or later.
Oh, he gets that hit though. So Kate does get picked up.
The Kate gets picked up. You just lose power. You probably just did a trade. You know. I don't think it's.
Well, they almost got that.
I respect the try.
Yeah, respect the try for sure. But this could be. If this is a Scourge Hook? No, it's not. He's gonna get the pop though. If they're on that 3rd gen in the distance, then it might all be for naught. But he might be trying to consolidate his power a little bit here. If they can find out where the survivors heal, it'd be a huge blood bank. But I imagine they did that on the other side. You don't want to give it to him for free.
Also is, like, say the last zinc is done. What do you do then? He's gonna have to camp your hook with it. Try to hope you get your power and try to camp out from things for a kill or some more points. Because think about it, he has no way. He has no way out. No bitter or anything to help him.
True.
Some more stages in endgame.
We do have all information on perks, and that's a very good point. That was the other thing. Yeah, he doesn't have Noah, which is interesting because usually Oni does run Noah, being like they have a great power, but they're still an M1 killer at the end of the day.
I'm taking a bite out of my food, so I can't really talk at the moment.
Wow, imagine eating during a broadcast. I am appalled, but anyway, yeah, they are cat and mousing this gen over here. Oh, they do find the Adam. Oh, there is actually a decent blood bank here. He's just gonna opt to kick the gen. They didn't wait for Kieran to get the 2nd stage either. So I think the Oni might be a little bit frazzled at the moment.
Oh my, wait, is that could be enough blood against power?
He doesn't have blood. Look at all those like gobbles of blood everywhere. My word. Yeah, I think you have to get Adam down here and hope that they don't finish that gen. But that gen is so far progressed. Oh, he went upstairs. Oh, so cheeky. Oh, he's just gonna loop around and go after somebody else. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Keep your momentum. Ooh, the 8%.
Nice.
The 10%, the 8-second regression, and yeah, Jade is gonna go right back to that hook here, which I believe this is a 2nd hook for the Jade. However, it is not a Scourge Hook, and there's the last gen.
We forgot about the next stack.
What?
Sorry.
But with that said, they do get the final gen, and they're gonna start working on these exit gates as No Way Out is not a factor. Neither is Noed. However, Kate almost giving this Oni his ability here. And I wonder what exit gate they're on here. The exit gates are actually quite far apart, and we see it being done already. Yeah, I think they might take the... Well, we see scratch marks over here. If they go for the Kate, they'll go for the unhook. I imagine they're going to try for at least a 3 out here. I don't think you'd go for a 4 out. I think a 4 out would be a bit zealous.
You gotta take this 3 out. But where's Kate? That's wrong.
Kate's still on her way. Yeah, Kate went back. Oh, she's going for the unhook. I saw the scratch marks. I don't think Psycho saw the scratch marks in the corner.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness. If they actually get a 4 out here, it's going to be insane. I was expecting a 1K there. How are you going to... This could also be a massive... This could be a punt, though. They could fail to get both these out. It's a 2-man escape.
I think Psycho knows. Psycho's on scratch mark, but no, his power's about to end. That's the worst part.
No, yeah, his power's about gone here. Oh, that's rough. So he still might... Yeah, we see scratch marks get there. There might be a 1K. But now he has to go back to the shack. They could be the basement. Oh, I think we see the blood there. There's the basement play coming... Or not basement play. A hatch play coming in. Do they get it in time? I think they do. They do. Oh my goodness, they get the 4 out.
Oh my god. No
oh
way.
my goodness, they get the 4 out. I didn't think they'd be... That was brave. They could have lost 2 people there, but they might have known that his power is ending. That might have been why they gone for it.
For some... I don't know why he was hitting Adam out the gate. No.
Oh, that's rough. That is rough. Yeah, like... I'm trying to dissect like what necessarily went wrong. He had a pretty decent start, but like I don't think he applied enough pressure to the gens to keep them up because they just kept popping gen after gen after gen, and they just weren't caring.
I just don't think hitting Adam out. I feel like just doing the incident would have been more better for him because just doing 2 basic hits still takes chunks out of your power, surprisingly.
Mm-hmm.
So he just didn't have enough distance to keep going around like he wanted to. This is why I just feel Lion Fang just isn't enough. And this run of Ketos and Splinter. That's just my opinion. The duration add-ons just don't do enough because 50 seconds could feel like a lot, but you gotta think about how many people you're gonna down during that duration. You know? I just don't think the duration is really high risk, high reward. High risk, low reward.
Mm. No, yeah, it didn't quite pay off. And with that, I believe the score is going to be 17 in favor of Sample Text. And how do we get here with 13? So not a stark lead going into the next trial here, but a lead nonetheless. And so it's going to be up to Survivor team of how do we get here to counter the Plague. And as we were talking about earlier, the counterplay to Plague is a bit hit or miss trying to figure out if you like. I know that how do we get here is a little bit of a newer team, and I'm curious how much practice they've had against a Plague or two.
I want to consider how do we get here a newer team. The name has always been around, but we still have some experienced players that could teach the newer ones.
Okay,
how Plague work. You know?
I thought how do we get here was mostly newer members, so it does have some veteran members that came on.
Yeah, they have. Okay. They've added people, but some people, those people still have comp experience.
Oh, you know? Okay, I'm mistaken.
They have some notice of comp.
Okay. So I guess it's a matter of do those newer players have the experience and practice with Plague?
But also to think of how much Plague experience have they had.
Mm-hmm. We will have to see, but just waiting on an invite here from Sample Text Hill, which I imagine will be our very own Guildspire, but I don't know. I don't think I've seen them play a lot of Plague, if I'm being honest.
I feel like I have a hunch on who's going to be playing Plague, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be Guildspire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're just waiting for an invite then, but yeah. Adam did... Okay, so that was one thing. Adam did a very good job preventing the Oni from getting their power early on, just pre-dropping pallets. I think they pre-dropped 4, if not 5 pallets to make sure their chase went on as soon as possible. And even then, that... I think after you drop that many pallets, you need to force that dead zone. And we really didn't see that happen. They didn't really force that dead zone to be used by the survivors and zoning them into there. Instead, the survivors just kind of wandered wherever they went. I think the last time we saw them zoned in that area was when the Nia went for the unhook on Adam the second time. But then after that last pallet was broken, I don't think they ever came back to that area anymore.
They had him zoned with the first pallet that Adam dropped, but just without Brutal, you really can't react to the zoning fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave Adam more time to go to the shack and drop the shack pallet and have just more time.
Yeah, I would agree. And yeah, from that point on, he had blood here and there. They did get. I think the Splinter Hull did a really good job, and he was able to get a lot of extra power just because I don't know if you saw at the end there was so much blood everywhere. There was so much blood. I think they all they didn't heal anywhere near the center. I think they all healed on the other side of the map just to deny as much of that blood bank as possible.
Yeah, that is a very good point as well. I don't even know where the blood was all over the place at during that match. Do you agree?
The what?
The blood was all over the map. Was all over the map during that match. There
Mm-hmm.
was a little bit at main. There was a little bit around the 3 gen, but not really enough to call it a bank.
Yeah.
There was a small slash medium sized
Mm-hmm.
blood bank, but it was only gave him 30% of his power
Right.
at the time. But he had to just walk around main to get it before he get it. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I get it. There wasn't any that's what I'm saying. There wasn't any significant deposit anywhere, which makes me think that they went all the way to the other side where there weren't any gens to be done anymore, and that's where they were resetting because we never saw any significant amount of blood anywhere. It was just a little bit here and a little bit there.
Just not enough for a full blood bank, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that hurt as well. And everybody just kept healing every single. I feel like most of his downs were having Oni downs are really good, but you don't get this. The fact that no one drops blood during the duration
Mm-hmm.
is just killed it for Cycle as well.
That is pretty brutal, but I would be worried if they did continue to drop blood while he was doing that, because at that point technically you could have an indefinite cycle of his power, and I that would be very concerning because I feel like Oni is one of the more probably one of the most balanced killers in the game for that reason, is that you can't he's an M1 killer with a incredibly powerful ability, Demon Dash, but it's checked because you have to earn that power. You have to win a chase or two and a hit or two in order to get it, and then once you get it, the counterplay becomes a very difficult if a Oni's any good. So
Yeah,
I feel like he's relatively balanced, and oh goodness, if he dropped blood while he was demon dashing, that would be gross. I don't
it
know.
was at that.
Buff
It was
Oni
at that
win.
moment because maybe I wasn't looking enough, but every time he just had power, everyone was healed up all the way.
Mm-hmm. That
So
might
I
have been
just
what they were
didn't
doing
know.
too.
Yeah.
Is that they were going and healing while he was doing that because they know he wouldn't leave blood anywhere. That might have been it too. That might have been the reason that we didn't see a blood bank. It was not. Maybe they didn't go to the other side of the map. They just healed only during the time that he was using his dash.
That's not a bad idea either.
Mm-hmm. That'd be some really wicked counterplay.
That was a lot of just twisted turns. Like if he killed the Atom, there would have been a turning point. If Atom stayed alive and that just kept the match going for the serves, it was a good match all around. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good point.
Well.
That's a really good point too, is that he did miss a lot of those hits. And if he had landed because I think he missed two very simple ones on Nia, and if he had got that, it might have snowballed in a different direction. Because then at that point you could have your slug and go to somebody else. So it may have been that too. It may have been a little bit of nerves getting to them when they were going for those hits and just weren't able to get the downs.
It's not good being the first killer of the whole match because you have to
You gotta set the tone.
You got to give the you have to help give the survivors a little bit of an edge, but the survivors also have to do the same thing for you.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I just feel that killer is a little bit is way more stressful at the start playing first. So I know how Psycho felt at the moment when he was missing.
No, that's entirely fair. Yeah, you are the one that has to set the tone for the entire match. Everything, the way the match goes is again, we set the tone, and then you affect the rest of it. It's like, okay, what do we have to do to win this set? How many points can we get on top of that to try and maybe help us in the match point later on? So that's very fair. The pressure is definitely on, and you're essentially like, okay, the goal is not set, so it's like, okay, just try and get as many hook states as possible and deny the gens, but you don't know what specifically you're going after first. Like, do you go for gen denial first? Do you go for hooks first? Yeah, that's entirely fair.
100%. I also think he could have camped Kieran the second. Also, that was one thing that we saw.
Oh yeah,
he instantly just left the hook.
Mm-hmm.
I get the plan, but just
I think he had thought that they were going to progress to second, and he just got the timing off a little bit, and they were able to sink someone back there at the last possible moment before they would have gone to second stage. Yeah. That might have also been the issue, because he waited it out almost the entire time, and they still got the unhook, which is that's not how you want to make that trade.
Getting Adam out the game first,
mm-hmm.
getting getting someone camping carrying the second, that would have probably gave him more stages and more help during the end game. But I also think just without no way out, there's no way to help as well.
Yeah, that might have been an issue too. Is that the gen regression perks were really good. He got like 2 back-to-back insane regressions where he had both Scourge hooks and both pops go on very relevant gens, and then that's all they got. I almost wonder if the survivors noticed what Scourge hook he was playing to and then played away from it so that he could never get that Scourge hook again. That might have also been the strat.
But the problem with that match was just how frequent was he getting his downs? Because it was almost half a gen each down he's gotten. Around 3 gens, he kept on getting downs and downs, but after that, it was just slow back to where it was at the beginning. That's why I just really think Pop was a little iffy when I first saw it. Just Ruin would have been even a little more better. Because, you don't have the power yet, but he could just keep pushing people off gens and throwing pallets.
Either that or, foregoing the Scourge and the Pop entirely and going no way out, no way, which we have seen before as well. But I don't know. It's hard to say. Again, we're not saying that the survivors did incredibly well here too. Like, they obviously had some really on-spot comms. The fact that they were able to pull out the 4 escape, I think it might have just been preying on the fact that Oni got a little bit greedy towards the end. Like, oh, maybe I can get one more survivor here. And then I think they didn't see the scratch marks at that when they were leaving that exit gate, and that I think cost them the 1K. They could have. I think they could have held up the 1K if they wanted to. But when the survivors realized that, oh, he's gonna, try and greet the second one, let's try and escape here. At the very least, we still lose one person, and we don't give away any more hook states. But the payoff is so much greater because I don't think they really risked a second survivor getting down there towards the end. As soon as the survivor split, you know that they were one of us getting out.
They were just that 4 was just so out of nowhere. I didn't expect.
I know.
And so he dashed to the door and just hit the Adam out of the gate. I just saw scratch marks going back to the hook, and that was just incredible. And I think he accidentally lost. I think the gate, what you were talking about, hit in the basement, and so the hatch opened up as well. Because I didn't see him at all. I saw Jane running to the gate, and that was pretty much it.
Right. There was scratch marks off in the distance as soon as you saw Jane rounding about, as soon as he turned around. And then immediately I was like, oh no, they're going for the hatch. Because we all know that the hatch spawns the hatch spawns at Shack now. So that's definitely, and they played that very well too. That was another thing they did. They did the exit gate that was furthest from the Shack, because there was one exit gate that was right next to it, and they did the exact opposite. So if you decide you have to split between the two, you're going to lose a survivor out of the way. So I think the survivors just might have became more prepared for that match. Might be what it is. They just had the strats ready.
Honestly, just during this whole match, to see how it all just went around, I just felt like he just nerfed Pig. Honestly, that's about it.
How dare you? Disgusting. You would go there. I see how it is. But anyway, with that said, we are going to be seeing Don't Bully Me is going to be playing Plague. And I don't think I've seen... Is Don't Bully Me go by another name, perchance?
They could be going by Dragon Draft by chance, who's a really good Plague player. But you never know.
You sound like you have some inside knowledge, Chef.
I don't. I'm just taking a wild guess on it.
Oh my word, you're killing me here. I wonder who this player is. I want to see who's playing Plague.
I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I can here.
Disgusting. Anyway, yeah. I'm curious to see how this goes. Again, I really like Plague. I think that you can do a lot of really nasty things with Plague as it stands. Obviously, you start with, I think Thanatophobia is a must on this killer. It's so good. So you got Corrupt Thanatophobia, and then I would say Noed would probably be a really good one. Your power is really strong. At the end, they're gonna ultra cleanse, because that's what you normally do. You finish the game, you finish the gen, everybody cleanses, and then Noed could possibly negate that. But besides that, I'm really not sure what we're gonna see here. I am honestly, I feel like Thanatophobia. I don't think you need anything else. Maybe Thanatophobia deadlock Noed. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
You know what would you run here?
I would run just not Noed. I feel like what Plague. The difference between Oni and Plague's power is Oni has the insta down, but Plague just has the ability they both have a lot of similars. They can both hit two people at once, but only has the ability to insta down. But unfortunately, Plague lacks the mobility that only has. But I feel that it was Dragon's Wrath. See, I told you.
You
But
are
also,
correct, and we are loading in here. And yeah, Dragon's Wrath is in fact the plague. So you were juicing me. I see how it is.
I didn't know. I just took a wild guess.
I'm uninstalling you from my life.
This is so unfair. But yeah,
This Krug is kind of unfair.
Oh no, life is not fair.
All right, they brought the apple. They're going to use their power
gaming.
straight away.
We are gaming. Okay.
And I think that is the tablet there that we were seeing. Ooh, I can't believe that didn't hit.
I expected. Wait, I didn't even see the Nia right there. Wait, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about Nia being right there. Damn. Okay.
That was a very quick and decisive down from Dragon's Wrath, and yeah.
Wow.
All right, Geeky going down, and that is going to be first hook here for this killer. And I think it's okay to point out, now we are correct. There is in fact thanatophobia.
I didn't even see.
Was that a failed skill check, or was that skirt choke?
I think that's another skirt choke.
Yeah, because we heard two pops, so I think the first one might be a skill check. This one might be yeah, that might be a skirt choke. Also, this power is lasting quite a bit, so Adam's gonna be careful here. He does take the hit at the window, so that's gonna be unfortunate for him. He doesn't have light or balance. He's gonna go down here. Okay, or not. The
DB is a great game, everyone.
There you go.
But also, and that's also another thing. Even with hits, the hits from Plague's power doesn't take a big chomp out of it. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm right, 60 seconds is base Plague power, and with this add-on, it's 80 seconds.
I think you are correct in that. That sounds about right. This power is. Oh, there you go. There's the infected. I say we use that power, and we have yet to see anything infected, but now we're seeing the plague go around and infect their survivors. That was a very good use of that first font right there, and we see that like, with the apple, they have two to choose from.
Well, also I think right here, you just try to just camp someone a second. I want try to at least camp tap the second, or get some more stages out of it. Because right now you're in a really good position. Yeah, 2 hooks at 5 gens. I don't know if that was a good idea about leaving the pallet. Oh no.
They get the hit around the pallet anyway, and that's going to be another gown for Geeky. That's going to be their second hook upcoming. With the pressure, they've got 3 hook stages already, and from what we can see, there's no gen that seems like it's in danger of popping just yet, so they seem in very good control here. The Corrupt did just finish, and yeah, I think that is a Scourge hook.
It is Scourge as well. You think we were seeing the same build from last game?
Almost. It looks like somebody crashed.
What?
Yeah, I think we had a crash. I don't think they intentionally DC'd, and that is going to be super unfortunate because yeah, these survivors are already in a pinch, but this might be just lights out for this first set.
That is really unfortunate.
Yeah, that is really unfortunate. I feel for them. Dead by Daylight is a very fun game, but it's far from perfect as far as especially with cross-platform going on. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I really do feel for the Surge right now. Just a rough start and then just the unintentional DC.
Mm-hmm. But they are continuing to play on. I think they're just gonna try and see if they can get like a gen or two here and give their overall team some kind of points value to go off of. As Plague is just looking around for their you have to start cleansing now. You can't be forward to be one hit. And there's Ace going. He's now broken.
See, that's the thing with Plague. Like she benefits off of stuff like this. She benefits off of 3v1s in my opinion. She benefits off of. That was a nice mind game.
That was a fantastic mind game.
Over cleansing, because if the Plague finds out what you're doing, she can just pick up a pool and just make sure that can't happen as well. Which is one thing Dragon's Wrath is really good at picking up as well when people are trying to over cleanse.
Right, and I think with that tablet, their drink up is actually incredibly fast, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, yeah, if they try to mass cleanse, you just keep drinking up and you just keep your power on 99% of the time. Looks like it's been 99 sprint burst from this Nia, and yeah, she's gonna get a little bit of distance here, but that pallet is already gone and thrown. However, it has not been broken yet. And they're gonna go infect it.
If they're trying to move right here, just pick up power and try to get it down again.
I think they maybe wanted to save their power just a little bit over here, maybe for an exit gate, but I would have to agree, like, I don't see this game going on very much longer with the way it is. Oh, waiting for the last possible second, hoping for the infection to take over. And there you go, they are broken, so they were just a couple of seconds away. They were tempted to get that. You might be right. Looking back at their power.
This is just... I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I think the survivors are just kind of trying to do what they can, but that crash was unfortunate.
Honestly,
yeah, that is the way it goes sometime though. But again, we have two different sets, so while this may affect the match point in this set, it's not going to affect the next set. So the survivors do have a chance. Ooh, and a great lithe here, and they do finish a gen. So yeah, it would be.
So we know what our perks are.
It would be in Dragon's Wrath favor to make sure he still, gets as many kills here as, or, gets the 4K and prevents as many gens as possible, for the overall match point. But yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a rough comeback here. I honestly, I feel bad because we're just we know the outcome now. You've got so many gens to do. You have your power. I think the Plague would have to go AFK for the survivors to get any kind of escape here.
And that's what it's unfortunately looking like as well. And like I said before, a lot of pools are being corrupted, and you just keep picking up. Mm-hmm. You basically have 3 minutes of power as well. Almost.
Yep. You got a while, and he does get the tip of the hit on that one. A little bit of mind gaming here. Oh, good dead hard though from the ace.
Nice. Wow.
A little bit of Z-Wall gaming here.
We love the Z-Wall gaming in here.
He does get the vomit.
Plague isn't a fan of Z-Wall gaming, unfortunately.
Yeah, Plague will get you eventually. That is one thing that's like really trippy to realize is the way that the fluid mechanics of her vomit work, where it's like it's trailing where you're shooting from. So
what I've learned about Plague's power is it's not really just the trail, it's little orbs inside of the trail that has kind of the little hitbox.
Oh yeah. I like the way that there was a documentary they did on how they programmed Plague's vomit mechanic, and it's actually really cool. I like it a lot.
Really? What is all they talked about?
They talked about, yeah, it's like essentially like they have individual blobs that they're using, and then they will connect them via like little strands, like little geometry. So like, if you spin around really quickly when you vomit, it does these like really crazy thin strands, but you still have these like little, spherical blobs with everything connecting in between. That's how they program it. It's like this one long continuous string with blobs in between that actually connect the hitboxes.
Plague all around is a really interesting character.
Oh yeah, they did a really good job. Like that, from the killer's power to the aesthetic, they did a fantastic job designing this killer. A+ for sure.
The question I've always asked myself is, what stops people from playing Plague? That's one question I've always had. I had a question. That's one question I've always had. It's like you rarely see what are killers you rarely see in comp. Not like bottom tier killers, but like high tier killers like Plague and Pyramid Head. Like,
I thought you were talking about like in pubs. So you mean in comp?
Well, altogether. Well, also pubs too. Just overall, pubs you see are like 2 or 3 times. Probably 2 or 3 times the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like 2, 3, 4 times. But in pubs, Jesus endangered more than demo.
I think one might be originally she wasn't super powerful and they gave her a couple of buffs along the way. Some people also might be kind of turned off to her because like she technically is a very grotesque killer. And then 3, like she's a very weird hybrid. She's technically, well, now that we have the artist, but she's technically the original like 115 killer that still effectively was a ranged killer too. So they had a hybrid playstyle, and if you lean into one or the other too hard, you end up losing. You have to be strategic about them too. Sorry, I think they're a very mental strategic killer, and they're not very straightforward. So that might be why.
You might be right about that. I don't know what someone had in mind as we were talking.
You said Pyramid Head, I think too.
No, it was something else.
You see the way that vomit looks? It's blobs
Yeah.
with little strands in between to connect them to make that vomit effect.
Yeah, I just remember this little orb. I never really knew about that part as well.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think they did a really good job. The GGs from them. Yeah, just unfortunate that the game crashed. Looks like, but that is the way it goes. And with that said, nothing to detract from Sample Text doing a fantastic job here, and they are going to take set 1 of Wretched Shop, and we'll be moving on here shortly to set number 2 on Gas Heaven. A lot of Gas Heaven and Wretched Shop today.
Gas Heaven is a really interesting map. I'm pretty if I'm wrong, is it the second largest or is it the largest map of the Auto Havens? Is also big too.
Okay, I'm glad you clarified on the Auto Havens. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, of the Auto Havens, I think it is I think it's the largest actually.
Wow.
I might be wrong on that. Someone might correct me, but I think it is the largest. It's definitely rather large for sure. And so we'll have to see how they play it. We're going to be seeing Sample Text kill again, and they're going to be taking the Executioner, which I think me and Dyer talked about this briefly. Executioner's a really cool kill on this map because, again, you can't quite ignore the car wall, but they can at least do something and interact with a car wall. Like, they can't blink through it, they can't portal around it, but they can shoot through it, which is something.
Pyramid Head is just a top 5. I was talking about this before with friends that Pyramid Head, he's just the top #1 killer I love and hate going against at the same time because there's so many ways that people could play him. You have the nice Pyramid Heads that would shoot power around and just have a good time, and then you have the mean green Pyramid Heads that just that I won't say like play for the win because everyone plays to win, but just the ultra I don't care that you're a survivor. I see blood points and I see kills and I want them all. And they will just tunnel no matter what. Because in my opinion, Pyramid Head is a top 3 one of the best tunneling killers in the game. He ignores most of a lot of the hook perks that survivors have, which is very interesting.
Well, yeah, like he has an anti-chase ability that's pretty strong, but then exactly. He has a base kit ability that allows him to negate borrowed time, decisive strike, deliverance, all these really good perks that survivors get to have to try and keep them and give them second chances off these hooks. And Pyramid Head just doesn't care in the slightest.
But some people don't also realize is say that, oh, I got hooked and I was tormented and I'm sprinting away. Oh no, Pyramid Head downs me. You have DS and you're exhausted. You still keep that when you're in the cage.
Yeah, exactly. We saw that. I think in week 1 of Champs of the Fog, we saw that where they had gotten off the hook, caged, and then again, but they got picked up and they still had decisive up. What a weird time.
That's how perfect of a game DVD.
I mean, to be fair, functionally that all checks out, and I'm actually really okay that's the way that works because if you get unhooked, caged, and then found again, uncaged, found again, picked up, that is some next level tunneling under 60 seconds. You can have your decisive strike. I'm not gonna fight that one.
I feel like I'd see more Pyramid Heads in pubs if that was the case. I feel like that's how it was when they did the nerf, when they someone nerfed them. Where you could just take your power out of the ground and just instantly M1 instead of having to wait. I feel like that's one of the changes they did.
Oh yeah, where you can't fake it anymore. As soon as you go for that animation, you're locked in and you have to take that slowdown. Yeah. That is a change they did. And despite that, I still think Pyramid Head is an incredibly powerful killer.
I gave his power a shorter cooldown than the M1 hit, which is really good in a lot of situations. He's just a very. I'm so glad that he was in Silent Hill. I love everything about the franchise. I'm so glad that he exists.
I wouldn't have guessed that you're a Silent Hill fan.
I don't know what gave it away.
Oh man, but we are going to be seeing our own Guildspire playing the Pyramid Head, and I have seen them play some mean Pyramid Head. So I wouldn't expect anything different here. And we're going to be going into this. What is the score current? That is a 41-15 lead for Sample Text. Unfortunate, again, for how did we get here with that that game crash that happened. But
It's
with that
not out
in
of reach.
hindsight, hopefully they can move on. You know, maybe get a set point here instead.
Yeah, it's not out of reach. You can still win this. That's a
Yeah,
good thing.
yeah, they're definitely not out. They're probably out from winning the match point because overcoming a that is a 26-point lead deficit. That'll be incredibly difficult to overcome between two games, but you can win the set point and even out a little bit and eke out something. Just
If you can keep
it's
the Pyramid
unfortunate.
Head down, if you keep them at 6 hooks and have a 4 out, I still think you have a wonderful chance of staying in the game.
Mhm.
You can just have Psycho or another one of your killer players just do what they can and keep it at least close.
Mm-hmm,
You may not say, oh, I was able to outscore sample checks, but you can keep it close and somehow win. You just gotta keep Gil from getting a lot of hooks, which is
yep.
unfortunate with Pyramid because he's just so good at tunneling someone out.
Oh yeah, I imagine like all Guild has to do here to shore up the match point is just tunnel someone out of the game immediately, and I think that makes it almost impossible for the survivors to come back. But we'll just have to see how they play it. I don't expect them to go hardcore on the tunnel. I think they can afford to pace it out and just play the game like at their own ability. Keep their 3 gen locked down. I don't think they have to tunnel as a strat. I just think they could definitely just tunnel here in the strat and just end it right here. I mean, it doesn't guarantee them the set point, but it'll guarantee them the match point. I think they only need, let's see, there's 26 point. I think they only need 6 hood states here to solidify a match point for them.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that'll give them, they can only do 24 to come back. I might be wrong on that, but I don't think they need too many more because remember the survivors the previous match because the DC they only got 1 gen done. The survivors got almost no points. They got 2 points I think for that entire trial. I think. Let me check. Yeah, I think they only got 2 points for that trial.
Yeah, it's only 2 points for.
Yeah, whereas Sample Tech's got the full 24. So like you had a a really decent first game where it was like with a 4-point difference, but that second trial just completely blew it out of the water, unfortunately for them. But that is how it goes sometimes. And this is one of the early games in the season. They got several more to play through, so it's not the end of the world.
You live to fight another day, and the season's not over. You could easily win some games and still be in playoff contention.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't, you're close. You got some wins on your record.
Mm-hmm.
And I said this last season, like you could do bad, but this is something to look back on.
Yeah, it'll just be it'll be in hindsight soon, and we'll be moving on. So I'm curious to see what Guild goes for here. We have seen him tunnel pretty hard in the past, and I wouldn't expect him not to go that way, but it's the easiest route. And I'm curious if he's up for a challenge of like, hey, I could tunnel this and just end this now, but I'm gonna, gonna try and flex and work the survivors over a little bit and try and zone them out. We'll just have to see. It also depends on if the survivor's even given to his power, how much he can force them to, get tormented, or if they're just can take the hit and run to the other side and not give him his power at all. Which it is entirely possible. It's very difficult though because sometimes you have to throw the pallet, you have to walk through the pallet. I don't know.
Yeah, the thing between the force this set right here is that no matter what, Pyramid Head almost kind of like playing. Pyramid Head can always use his power. He has 2 different types, and no matter what, he's going to get value out of one of them.
Right. No, I was meaning strictly for the purposes of his torment. Denying survivors, some of their best perks. Yeah, his M2 is a different thing entirely. The M2 feels like it's like there's good days and bad days. You sometimes you nail all your shots, sometimes you're just potatoing the whole time. It really depends. We'll have to see.
Pyramid Head and comp, I just don't. There should be times of I'm gonna go for this M2, but you just don't want to risk because also it's another thing of I miss his power. Oh no, it didn't just pop because I just missed this.
Mm-hmm.
I have to wait for the cooldown. I have to keep chasing this person around main building as one plays. His power is so risky in a competitive event unless you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, if you go for it and then they decide to move over, can you calculate where you need to throw it and if they're going to dodge or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's entirely fair. There's definitely a a skill cap 20 Pyramid Head. I'm not particularly great with them. I don't play a ton of them. I know Guilt does play a lot of them, and I see them go some pretty crazy shots that I wouldn't expect them to hit. And that's what I really enjoy about watching Pyramid Head. Just sometimes you see some cracked play, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my goodness, he got that. And then the Pyramid Head walks a couple meters and then does it again. You're like, oh my word. And you know, everybody's freaking out. You see the confetti and the air horns blaring.
There's Pog champs and cat jams in the chat.
Yeah, you just see 360 no scope montage in the future for you. So I know, but these survivors are getting their perks underway here. I think they had a little bit of a build mix up, which makes it. I think they had to bring someone else in, so they had to get their perks lined up properly since they had the DC. I don't know if it's the internet connection for them or not, but hopefully we don't have another issue like that.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get a good game.
I'm looking forward to that plague matches as well to see what the survivors can do. Like, yeah, you can have bad early games like that, but I've seen people come back and win from those bad early games too.
Yeah. No, that's a very fair point. And yeah, it is unfortunate we didn't get to see more of Plague utilized. They had some really good chases. That early corrupt purge that they got, and then they got 2 downs from it, leading into a 3rd down and getting a 2nd hook on somebody. Like a absolutely phenomenal head start. And then it was kind of, I won't say it wasn't taken away from, but then having that person DC is like, oh well, now I had a really good start, but it's like now it doesn't matter because now I'm just gonna win anyway. So
you never know. You could have the 3v1 Pog squad that does all 5 gens and gives all good chases and gets a 3-0.
We have seen some pretty insane gameplay from survivors doing that, but it usually was against like M1 killers, and usually it was, you know, when there's only like 1 or 2 gens left, not 5 left. That's the issue, is when you have that many gens to go through and they've barely been touched. You lost one of your resources so early. There's just really no way to come back. I would say even some of the best squads probably wouldn't be able to pull it out against that. That's so difficult.
It really is just difficult.
So with that said, we are loading in finally into this 3rd trial here, and we're going to be seeing the Executioner, played by none other than our Guilt Spire, and I'm expecting a pretty good game here. Guild's pretty cracked with it. I don't know if I've ever seen these survivors play against a Pyramid Head, so it'll be interesting to see if they how much doubling back they do, because that's the big mind game, is like how you gauge, like, okay, do I think the survivor would go for a double back here, and then you take your shot based on that premise. But with that said, we are loading in here, and there we have it. We are on the gas heaven, and here is Guild Spire. I mean, he might be. I don't know. I heard he goes to ItsXyl0 or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Oh my goodness, he found a survivor because we're probably like 15 seconds into this game, and
but this Prepper self out as well.
Prepper's no doubling back. I think they held W all the way through. There's 2 survivors over here. Oh no.
Back again. Oh, they're really good at holding their position as well.
Yeah, they're doing a good job trying to keep distance here, but ultimately Pyramid Head doesn't care. No, and there's that hit.
Oh, this the thing with PP Head. You can't really, not PP Head, or Pyramid Head. You can't really do stuff like that because you never know. You just never know.
Oh, good mind game there, forcing him back over here, and we'll see if there's a dead hard incoming.
Wait,
there was.
Did he throw that pallet down?
No, he didn't throw that pallet down.
Oh, okay.
And Guild Spire will get his first down here. Will he go for a cage? No, he's going to go for his hook.
I feel like he's always better to go for hooks instead.
It's interesting. I don't remember exactly, but I think this was a very similar build that Guild Spire used last time. I can't say for sure, but it looks similar to me. And so that'll be first hook on the ace. And trying to look around, seeing anything. We didn't see any barbecue. Surprising. I thought Guild Spire was a noob for barbecue, but guess not. No barbecue.
No Pog shots. Maybe I'm all ears. Smile.
Oh man, I'm all ears would be a treat. But yeah, they're not going to go inside and chase that jet, and they do find Jake over here. It's good to know that there was 2 survivors in that corner. Oh, he's going to hit this, so I'm assuming Pop here. Yeah, that's Pop goes to Weasel. So yeah, when you found Ace, there was a 2nd survivor there, so only 2 other survivors could have had any significant progress on a gen. So honestly, this is a really strong start, and Guilt's going right back there to A's. I think he wants to cage, and yeah, I think he just wants to end it. He's gonna go for the tunnel here. Honestly, I don't blame him. It's the most effective and easiest play to go for here, and it's the best way to ensure victory.
Also, if he knows the cage spawn for Travis when he gets hooked, it'll be even better position because he can just camp some people know you can camp the cage as well.
Yeah, you can proxy it. It's just as long as you don't get too close, you're fine. Yeah, go for the cage here. No save, and again, the spawns in here are pretty straightforward. So I imagine he knows where the cage is, and he's just gonna go hold it down until Travesty dies. Oh well, never mind. They got the cage real quick.
That was too close. He was on the way. I think this might be a tunnel out here.
Got the hit on Shelby there, trying to take a hit, but I don't think it's gonna last for too long. And yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, Ace is going away here unless there's something crazy happening. Oh, he dodges that at the L wall.
Dodge. All right, 5-gen chase. I believe in you, Travesty. 5-gen chase. I believe in you.
I think if they pulled up a little bit of mind games from both of them. However, they're gonna get hit here at the wall.
No.
Yeah, that is going to spell death. Oh, not yet.
Vault Gaming.
The double back. I didn't know Guildspire was a double back gamer, but games aside, this is going to be death hook for Travesty at a very early. That jet exploded. Scourge hook. All right, so there's Scourge hook Pain Resonance in addition to pop. Still trying to take shots. If he actually gets a shot on that interior jet, I'm going to laugh.
Yeah, I'm going to lose my mind. He's not wanting to kick the gen, which is
no. I think he's just like, yeah, all right, we got someone out of the game. Let's just end this. We're gonna go after Jake. We're gonna tunnel him out of the game, and nobody's gonna get anywhere. We're gonna deny all the gens. Because notice, there is not a single gen done here. Oh, and a fantastic shot. I didn't think he was gonna take the shot. I thought he was gonna just block it off with his torment.
I'll take the basement.
I think he's gonna do a Scourge hook here. Ooh, Bang did finish their first gen though. Yep, and we hear another explosion. That is, in fact, Scourge hook. Interesting. Did they stay here or did they keep going? Yeah, they kept going.
That was a very fast vault.
That was. I think we're just gonna see a slow decline. I imagine what is it? The Nia is probably gonna try and finish that interior gen, but no, they're on a different gen entirely. That means that gen's gonna be regressing this whole time because of the Scourge.
That dude's gonna be just cooking the whole time. That's balance landing as well.
That is balance landing. Yep, correct. You got that one.
I wonder what the Ace was running because we saw Nia running sprint.
Ace ran dead hard. We saw him dead hard twice.
He saw him that I don't have glasses on, so unfortunately I could have
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yeah, and so now you don't even need to torment any of these guys. You can just switch between them and just hook them as you need to. Pretty brutal showing. Guildspire not taking any prisoners, and that gen's almost regressed entirely. So we might go look for popping on another gen. They did, to their credit, after getting that first kill, they have done 2 gens since then. But they're already 5 hook states. Like it's still not. It looks pretty bleak here.
And how many stages do they need for the game? Is this out of reach? You said 6, correct?
I think 6 or 7 would put the match out of reach for them, but not the set. They could win the set still, but there's only so many points you can give.
You already said he has the burst, so I don't want to say, but this might be a quick down.
Yeah, this
might. No, the Paladin is still on. The Paladin is still on.
Oh man, a deliverance. I think. No, that wasn't deliverance, was it? That was that's a second win, isn't it?
That's renewal. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, and getting a fantastic shot again through the through the wall. A lot of good blind shots that Gilt's landing here. I'm quite impressed.
Someone went back on that gen. Someone went to tap it because that gen was almost done, almost all the way regressed. Exactly. There's scratch marks on the. Where would you want to go? But also,
oh man, they're all injured except for no, Jake reset. Yeah, it was deliverance. It wasn't a second wind. Wow. That is.
I would have went for the pickup.
I don't.
She was in there with a Jen to touch. She probably went and touched the Jen and started running away.
I'm not convinced she would have gone for the gen. I think they would have saved the decisive potentially. I'm not sure. I think, but here's the thing: Guilt has plenty of time. I don't think you have to go for it. That is probably an unbreakable. I don't know how they would have gotten someone over there for the pickup just so quickly.
I don't know. We could have seen a Wigwam play by Kiki, but it's more than likely an unbreakable.
Yeah, I don't know how they would have gotten someone over there in time to do any of that. They just got the unhook and everything. I don't know. Survivor hindsight 2020, and they're just going to chase down this Jake here. I think the question is how many gens can these survivors bang out before the inevitable 4K? I'm still assuming this 4K. I'm not saying these survivors are bad, but you got someone tunneled out at 5 gens. Like, there's not much you can do to come back from that.
And that does shake up some self-esteem as well. Seeing someone get tunneled out at 5 gens, so that's gonna take a little. That's gonna be a little bit emotional. Because now the game feels out of reach, but you can still come back and win. You got 3 gens left.
Yeah.
I feel no gen could possibly.
Yeah, and like as far as I can tell, Guild has 2 gen regression perks already, so yeah, it's like fighting up about it. We haven't seen Deadlock, so I don't think there's Deadlock in play. Or if there is, we haven't seen the corrupt here. But
I haven't seen him kick a gen, so or
we saw Pop.
Yeah, but wait, was it fast? I didn't see a brutal either.
Yeah, there's no brutal. Actually, I just realized the survivors by now actually can see the perk. I forgot about this. It is Scourge Hook Gift. Was it Gift of Pain?
Yeah, Gift of I don't even know. Well, I do know. Haha.
Yeah, he is running both Scourge Hooks here. We all have Pain Resonance and Gift. So it's the anti-resilience perk that is also being done. So there's an additional slowdown in addition to the 2 regression perks. So these gens are getting absolutely bombarded here, and Gil's not even going after Fang. He's like, nope, I smell a fresh Jake, and they're gonna take this chase here. I think Jake is in fact Death Hook now.
Let's take a look. See, I don't even think Jake was DS. And Gil's gonna make sure that he's up to DS either.
Get him a turn around here.
I think the best part about Pyramid Head is if they have DS, just try to trail him. Are we gonna see a trail here?
He's trying to force the trail. I don't know. I don't think Shelby has DS. They might.
I think they have DS. Just seeing how they're playing around the trail. No.
I think they just didn't want to get. I think they wanted to force Guilt to take him to a hook, which unfortunately this is a Scourge Hook, so it's going to explode. And then we see that there. We see. I believe that was Nia screaming on that gen. They get a pop this gen too. Absolutely shut down plays we're seeing here.
Absolutely.
Oh, that was interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I haven't either, but that would have been very interesting to see.
Oh my goodness! If it had somehow programmed it where it just like what is that? What is it even called when he uses ability? I don't even know what it's called, but if he was it the rights or something like that?
The punishment of the damn.
Oh, the punishment? Yeah, if he had actually got the punishment to go mid-air, it would have been crazy. Oh my goodness, she didn't mind game or double back. She just went straight forward. Wow.
I mean, Gil could just play. Gil plays so much Pyramid Head up just because like he just knows they're not going to double back.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh, that's their second hook too, so he has plenty of time to find this Nia, and they know where Hatch is gonna spot. Yeah, I don't know. What are the exit gates like? So we have one exit gate over there.
There's one gate at Shack or around Shack, and where's the other one?
Where's the other one? Is it to the distance down here? No. Is it like to the right here? Is it like right next to here? Yeah, we see them progress to death. Yeah, I'm really curious what this other exit gate is. Is it on the other side of Gas 7? Or on the other side of the shop?
Is Gil the wizard and know he's gonna be standing right on top of Hatch? It could be on, it could be up. Hey, he is the wizard.
It is on the other side of it. Okay.
Oh, that is a big yikers as well.
Oh yeah. There's this policing. This will be very difficult. I think if he gets on the other end of this car trail, he might have a shot. Whoa.
That's wake up. That is wake up.
That is totally wake up. They get the hit, but she gets out. I think I think.
Yep, he was
Firecracker?
out.
Wow, that was definitely wake up. You called it. They let the person with wake up adrenaline go get it. GGWP.
One of the best perk deals in the comp I've ever seen. Wake up and adrenaline. Wake up and adrenaline. Get to a gate super fast so you can get, and you can also open the gate super fast as well.
Mm-hmm. And with that, we're gonna see. I believe we're totaling up the scores now. But as it stands for that match or that trial, I believe it is 23 in favor of the Executioner and 5 to the Survivors, as they really didn't get too many. They only got 2 gens done. They got the one person out via the last minute exit gate. So really good attempts, but again, I think this is going to show that we are going to have a. I think the match point is solidly in Sample Tech's favor. However, the set is still on the table. However, I'm not. Again, I was talking to Chef before this. I'm not putting down how did we get here. I'm just saying it's going to be a lot more difficult because we're going to be seeing a Legion on Gas Heaven next, and like I love Legion. He was my second main that I really enjoyed playing. They were super fun. They're super aggressive. However, Legion is arguably the second worst killer in the game of Dead by Daylight. It is so difficult to play Legion in comp.
It is very annoying playing Legion in comp.
Yeah, I imagine, like, I'm not saying it's out of the water. It's entirely within the realm of possibility, but this will definitely be something of an uphill battle, especially having a 3K at 3 gens left on Pyramid Head. Yeah, that is 1 point from perfect score. So you have to score 23 or 24 points, and you have to deny the survivors down to like 1 or 2 gens, which I'm sure it's possible, but we'll just have to see. We'll have to see how they play this. I don't know. What do you think? What would you take here on Legion to even give yourself a chance?
I rarely see Legion in comp, so I don't really know what to say. The last Legion I've ever seen was in comp was actually me. That's really it. I've never seen a Legion besides me playing comp, so I don't know what he would bring.
Yeah,
I think the last thing I brought was Ruin, Corrupt, Joel, and Pop, but that was such a long time ago.
Oh, are you talking about like preseason Vigo?
No, not even this. This is super long ago. This is not super long ago, but this was weekend loop days. If you remember weekend loop, but
yeah, I played Legion against Weekend Loop for a preseason fight. Yeah,
yeah, I remember that, and I played Freddy right after. Those are such good times. Just bring me back.
That was a time for sure. That was fun. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Like, he just the Legion's add-ons, like they're real. Like they definitely make Legion far more playable, but ultimately you can only make Legion so good. They have a 4-second fatigue when they use their power and come out of it, and with both of the fatigue reduction add-ons, you can only shave a second of that. You're still left with a 3-second fatigue. That's not a lot to work with. That's a really, really, really tough fatigue for a killer like this. So I don't think fatigue add-ons, unless you're taking double, doesn't really work. But then if you don't take any frenzy extension like the Torn Sketchbook, you're left with a frenzy that's mostly impotent. Like you can't get around the map, you can't get more than one person.
Also, the team could just not heal, and there goes your power for just only mobility.
Yeah. I think the only side that you would use is maybe you'd go for the mending bar one, where you just attack the mending bar over and over again. But even that seems like really inefficient.
That has to go for. You have to do a whole build around that for it to work, which is even worse. Like,
I don't know. And
the person could just mend, unless you're just determined on getting this one person down.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of ways to make them like viable, because good teams are just not going to give you that. They'll let you get your frenzy hit and you can run off, and they'll just be like, all right, I'm gonna mend right here, and you stick to them like, all right, we're in for a game, and they'll just go loop you like a 115 killer. Some days I wonder if it would, I don't know. I'm glad they're reworking Legion. I don't know what they were going to do with them. I think like there's some really cool, they're interesting ideas. Like every time you get a hit during your frenzy, it takes a little bit off your fatigue, or maybe you go faster. There are some really cool ideas for how to like just give them like small tweaks, small little buffs here and there. But I wouldn't be inherently surprised if they just did a total rework of the Legion's power. I hope they don't. I hope they leave Legion mostly unchanged. Just give them some number tune-ups. Like, obviously, you don't want a 4-second fatigue. Maybe make it like 3 or 2.5, and then take another half a second to a second off of the fatigue with add-ons, and now we're talking a little bit. Like, I think if they just tune the numbers for Legion, that's all they need to do. I don't think they need to do a full rework or like even a full buff or anything. Just tune the numbers. I think the numbers just are fine. But with that said, it looks like Hammy Star is going to be our killer for Legion as we wait for our Survivor Squad to get loaded up in here for this last trial of the night. And again, this is the last trial and last match of tonight, but it's definitely not the last of this weekend. We've got more coming tomorrow. I might be wrong, but I think the 12 o'clock noon game CST was moved, or if it was a 4 o'clock one. I know one of ours is moved tomorrow, but stay tuned, and if you're in the Discord, you will get notified for it. Yes?
That was my game that I was going to be playing again versus Golden Wolves.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
okay. We moved to 4 p.m. CST.
Okay, so the 4 p.m. CST one was moved then.
No, we were 12 CST, but that's the one that got rescheduled. But I don't know like when is it going to be.
Oh, wait, so the 4 p.m. got moved, and you guys are taking the 4 p.m. slot because you were the 12?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're confusing me, Chef.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
I don't have the answers.
Why don't you have the answers for me at the exact moment that I want them? Toxic. Anyway, but regardless, we do have more matches tomorrow coming up, so you don't want to miss that. And yeah, we're just waiting here to get this last trial forming. Again, I think they're just trying to get that last survivor in, because I'm not saying it's not impossible, but the Legion's going to have to pull out some cracked gameplay to do anything to match the Executioner's performance this past trial, and try and eke out a set point, because previous set points determined, match point, it's 64-24. You can't close that gap in a single trial. So match point and set point are set. We just need to figure out how this set point's going to go. So how do we get here? Does have a point they can earn on the table, though I would imagine, let's see, actually, the survivors need to accomplish, yeah, survivors need to do 3 gens, and it's a guaranteed tie. Even if the Legion 4Ks, if 3 gens are done, that's 6 points right there, and the Legion can only earn 24. So they have to do 3 gens to force a tie. Any more than a 3 gen results in a set win for this survivor team. I can do math on the fly now. I'm getting good at this, y'all.
I can do what I can.
There you go. I'm here for it. This has been some really good games today, though. We've I'm not trying to call any teams out by this, but I really like I think today's second match was off the charts insane. We had all S tiers, blights, and nurses, and the games were back and forth. I thought I knew what I was talking about. I was like, oh, they got this snowball, and then it was a 2 out. Like, what? And then it's like, oh man, survivors are absolutely crushing the start, and the killer comes back, and I'm like, oh, I love for those games. I love the back and forth swingy games where you just don't know what's going to happen.
The only game was one game. In my opinion, just the best game, because how back and forth it was in the beginning. I enjoyed that game the most. The other games is just downhill ones because I just don't know.
No, that's entirely fair. You're like every single match that is played is not going to be down to the wire. Some of them are going to be blowouts. Sometimes one side is just going to have a fantastic leader to the other, and that's fine. There are a wide variety of teams in the league, like from the bottom to the top, and all have different skill level, and it's just different scenarios being thrown at them, which it's not always going to be down to the wire, and that's fine. It's just the ones that are down to the wire are very satisfying, and that's why I'm happy that I get to be here and watch and participate in this. This is gonna be very, very fun. We still got what 5 more weeks at least of this, so we're just getting started. And I was hoping by saying getting started it would segue into this match, but it's not, and I'm very sad now. I had the perfect segue lined up, and these teams are not helping me out. Anyway, it was exciting. Let me go ahead and show off our screen real quick here. So what we got going on. We have Kieran, Dark, No One Escapes Dad, and Dragon's Wrath. Going to be our Survivor Squad. Is Hammy Star is going to be killing for us again. I'm genuinely like I'm just not even going to try and gander as to what add-ons this killer is going to take. I'm going to more peruse what perks I would imagine saying. Obviously, you're going to bring Corrupt Invention because if they start on 2 gens, they're 2/3 of the way just tying you. You can't allow that. So you got to bring Corrupt. I would imagine some kind of instant down build. Honestly, you can't afford to play the long game too much. I don't think Legion lends itself to grinding really well, but it's so difficult to grind out the game. I think you're better off just going, balls to the wall, make your choice and stuff like that, and try and get them on an oopsie, like, oh, I didn't see that coming, I didn't see the instant down. Rush back over there, get your instant down, slug that person, slug the person that got unhooked, and then try and create some kind of crazy snowball and hope that those weren't your that one of those 2 wasn't your unbreakable. I don't know. You've got to pull a left field kind of style out of this game if you're Legion.
The Legions they need so much in this. Unfortunate.
Yeah. Again, they are on the docket to get reworked or at least visited by behavior along with Ghostface, and I couldn't be happier. I love that they're going down and picking these killers that are really struggling and giving them some love. Because I really like Legion. I know that the games can be grindy, but when you're playing the killer, it feels so satisfying. You're stabbing so much. It feels aggressive and violent, and just, it's a good time. Now, for everybody else, they're like, oh, I gotta mend, oh, I gotta heal, and it feels grindy on the other side, but dadgum if it ain't fun to play. So, I hope we see something great here. I'm gonna make sure I am properly hydrated, so that I don't lose my voice screaming from the onslaught that this Legion is going to perform for us. I'm calling it now. Legion is coming out with the 4K at 5 gens. Let's go.
I just go team go.
Oh my word!
Get root for Legions. It's so
right,
tough.
if I don't,
it's so tough as is.
If I don't see you in a cheerleader outfit saying "Go Team," I'm gonna be very disappointed.
That's unfortunate. Prepare to be disappointed.
All right.
That's what I'm feeling.
Well, we should be loading in here very soon. I'm not calling out console players. Love you to death. I'm glad you're here. The loading screen is a long time on some of these older console gens, and it's unfortunate. I wish it was a bit quicker, but it's a large game. It's a very large game, but we are loading in here, and let's see what we got. We do, in fact, have the Legion.
Okay. This build, I 100% agree with.
This is cute. You guys can't see it yet, though it is worth noting, they didn't take anything that I was expecting. They took Cold Dirt and the Eerie button. So they're terror radius, map wide, they break pallets with their mind, and Cold Dirt gives you 0.6 second fatigue recovery, which again it's barely 3.5 second fatigue. It's so nasty.
Let's skill 3.4 fatigue.
Ooh, they do.
An M1, which is interesting.
Yeah, M1ing there is very interesting. I guess they don't really care to go into frenzy there and give him some distance. They're just gonna play it normal here, well, as normal as he can. Is a. Ooh, they got the mind game there, so he's gonna have to drop his pallet here.
No, wait,
He respected that pallet so hard. Oh my word! I say I would have gone for the hit. Oh, and the dead hard back. If these guys, I mind gamed again. What am I watching? I say you.
There we go. Yeah.
Weird, very weird first start.
We don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it.
And then we see Kate working on the gen. Going to break off. Struggling to find Kate here a little bit and going after them finally. However, this is a no pallet zone, and they're going to get that first hit and abandoning chase. Or you can't body block that. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, you can't body block that, unfortunately. And they are going to take chase with the Kate now, leaving Ace thrown devices. However, we see a gen. I think that gen's like 75% already. They do have corrupt, but they have gens that are outside the corrupt zone that are still pretty far away. He got the hit around the corner though.
That's very interesting. Yes.
And then one gen popping for the survivors, and that's gonna be 1 out of 3 they need to tie this game.
I don't know if the reason hurt, but I heard someone running up for the save.
Really? Well, I've seen a second here if they do get the save. Oh, that gen's about to complete. Oh man.
No, wait, no.
That is 2 out of 3. And we see, we see broken status effects, and he does not have the button for it, so that is going to be a forced penance on these survivors. Nice. He needs a snowball now. This is where you start the snowball.
I believe in his chance. I believe in the chance.
Yeah, they do have a shot here.
I'm starting to believe.
A high dose of copium, I believe.
I'm starting to believe in the Legion.
The hopium is returning, but I mean, doing pretty good so far. However, 2 gens have popped, and it looks like going straight for the unhook. Why does it feel like it's going so slow?
I don't know. Is he like? It's really. I don't know.
Yeah, this feels like it's going super slow motion when he's running. It feels like he's running slower than the survivors. I don't know what's going on here.
Have I used the spectator, bro?
It might be. There might be a little bit of recoil and lag on that part. Maybe not used to going 135.
Because the fatigues look a little bit faster than expected, but they get a little slowdown. Yeah,
I think if we were to go check ping right now, I think the ping might be affecting our spectator a little bit here. Oh, and they're about 25%. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Forced penance, however, on dark here. I do hear Nia.
Oh no.
Interesting.
The pointers?
A little bit of pointers, yeah. I think we're definitely seeing some not spectator, I think it's just lag. I think we're just seeing a little bit of lag here.
Yeah, I'm starting to see. I think I'm starting to see it on.
Yeah, Nia does go down here, and this is going to be, I believe, is this second hook for them?
No, this is first hook for them.
Okay, first hook. And they're going to kick this gen, so I'm guessing this is Pop Goes Weasel. It is, in fact, Pop Goes Weasel. That gen over there exploded, so that, I think, is also a Scourge hook, and there is the 3rd gen. It is now impossible for a win for how do we get here on the set. Oh, and there's the game right there. Never mind. Unfortunately, you don't want to call before it starts, but 4 gens is enough to make sure that Legion cannot win this game, even if they get a 4K now.
Don't worry, he has no edge in the back pocket.
There you go, the 5th perk that they made base kit just for this Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at how slow they're going here. It's really weird.
It feels weird. I don't like it at all.
It's trippy.
And when they fatigue, he's starting to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point. Yeah, let's get the hit on Ace though. Ace is in a dead zone. They have to be careful here, actually. They're not going to take the bait for the chase. They are just going to push them out and kick this pallet here. Here it is going to be progressing to second hook there here shortly.
Nice.
Oh man. Yeah.
We camped a second. I'm so proud.
I feel pretty bad for Legion because as a killer you hate going into a match knowing that you you have to 4K at 3 gens, but it is oh, the teabag, well, it's not teabag, the crouch to make them guess and think that they were going for the pallet throw. A lot of pallet mind games that I'm not expecting here. A lot of pallet respecting.
Nothing will beat the first pallet respect that blew my mind. It was a little dance with the tango before taking the window again.
Mm-hmm. That was something to behold. And they're just cat and mousing this last gen. Yeah, you pointed out before, they're just not going to heal at all. They're going to let this killer be a M1 115 and come and catch me, Legion.
And that's why I love everybody. Just do stuff like that. And
oh, they do get the hit through the locker here. I think this is a decisive strike.
You can just wait. You can just wait out. Don't leave. You can just wait out.
Who has the flashlight? This could result in a flashlight save.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Nia also deep wounded inside of a locker.
Oh my goodness, you are right. They fell out.
And as you can see right there.
I forget about that.
Now go frenzy them and pick up the power.
A little bit of BM from these survivors.
Yeah,
they know they've won. They're content in their victory, and I think they're just gonna take the 3 out and proclaim victory.
It's okay, Adam. I'm used to teabagging that same Mia from a longer time ago.
Oh my word. Toxic casting. I think DS will have waited out by now. I think they're trying to get them to commit to a little bit more than they want to.
I think so as well. Oh wait, no, kill the Nia, kill the Nia. Oh.
I don't sense any bias in your urgency whatsoever.
No, it's not. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine.
Oh my goodness. All right, well, they do get the pickup on the knee here, and they're going to leave Kate on the hook for the moment. I imagine not for too long. Oh, they're going to leave the knee and go for this Adam instead. Try and get as many fresh hook states here as possible, looks like.
And we also have to remember that the Nia did have live as well.
Oh, that's a very good point. Now looking at that pallet.
You can actually keep Adam in here. Oh, no.
Interesting. I'm surprised we haven't seen an exit gate open yet.
No, the exit gates are open.
Oh, you're right. I was looking at the one on the other side. Yeah, you're right. The exit gates have open. I was looking at the one that was close to us. They are healing now, though. That is smart. Ooh, swinging prematurely. No respect this time. The Adam knows that he's gonna drop it.
That's smart.
There's that eerie button. Oh man, the 3 points.
Oh, but no, everybody's healing.
The 3.4 second fatigue. Oh man.
I respect the try.
Yeah, it was worth a try. Good mind game.
You get away.
Can they here? That's the thing. Just Legion does not feel that fast. They're 130, so they're only like 15% faster than they normally are. I think you would have had to take the hits on these survivors and then go in front of the Adam after you hits. Yeah, I don't think you get yeah, there's body blocks here. Ooh, they got the blind too, cheeky blind. And yeah, these survivors are going to enjoy their 4 out and their victory. So, with that said,
as well.
GGWP to sample text, and they are going to take the W for both sets and the match point here against How Do We Get Here. GG's WP to both sides, and that is what we have for the evening. That is our conclusion for this week. This day. We'll be back tomorrow. I believe it is 12 p.m. Correct me. Yes, I think we're back at 12 p.m. 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. CST. One of the two. I probably should have checked to see what the schedule. I know there was a reschedule, but I don't know which one it was. It was either the 12 p.m. or the 4 p.m. and I do not remember what it was. But regardless, this has been Champions of the Fog. This has been a fantastic day of matches, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? What's
it was a good game. It was a good game. It was just the second game to now was just. I wish the DC never happened.
Oh yeah, that was soul crushing. But again, it will be behind us soon. I'm sure they will move on from it soon. It'll be long gone. We got 5 more weeks to go.
Yeah,
it won't be the end.
And if Nia getting to live also hurts my soul, but it's alright. Totally not biased at all.
Oh my goodness, you're killing me here. But yeah. Anyway, with that said, this has been Champions of the Fog. I've been your host, littlerugaard. I stream on weekdays and weekends. You can come check me out. And this has been our fantastic co-host, Chef Mitchell, joining us. And we will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening, everybody.
Bye-bye.